Yeah, hi, this is Ashwin, and you're with me on a series of video. We're going to talk about attacks that are happening on IT infrastructure. And I'm going to make use of the mitre attack metrics to explain the different activities as an attacker does. And I'm going to put myself as an attacker and explain you what all things I can do to your organization. And I will also ensure that I tell you at that point that what all things you can do to mitigate my actions. So basically, I understand is if you understand the attacker well, then you basically can protect your network. So let me take a look at one of the report that was made in 2018, that is end of 2018. There was a prediction made saying that a business will fall victim for a ransomware attack every 14 seconds. Now let's take a look at the reality. Now if you see, just in the month of October 2019, 421 million records were breached. And this is the same month where the security experts across the Europe was boosting the awareness of cybersecurity, and still the organizations had a mixed results in their own data protection practice. Now also on the other hand, there were staggering 111 incidents, most of which had sensitive information, or it mentions financial information compromised. And it was particularly bad for UK because there were 9 confirmed breaches. So it's basically very evident you got to take cybersecurity seriously. And you can only understand how to protect your organization if you understand how an attacker can attack you. And that is exactly what we're going to discuss today. Let's take a look at a typical cybersecurity attack tactics that as an attacker I would do on the organization. The first thing is initial access. Yes, definitely. It is everything which I do to gain an initial foothold within your network. Once I have the initial access, then I'm trying to execute certain code on your local system or maybe on a remote system. This could be done in conjunction with the initial access, which means immediately once I have access to the system, I probably will try to execute some code. Now the next thing which I want is to be persistent on that system. That means I need to ensure that interruptions like system restart or the user changing the password doesn't require me to do all the activities again. So I would try to make alternate backdoors. Now, once I'm persistent in that system, the next thing is going to be to have a higher level of permission on that system. Most of the time, I might have access to the system, but does not have the right credentials. So that's exactly the task or the action that I would want to do next. Once I have the right credentials, definitely the next thing I don't want to have is to be detected by your defense systems. So basically, I would do all the actions possible to evade the detection. Now, once I have the capability to evade the defense system, the next thing is going to be to try to gain access to credentials that will work within the network. Could be possible that the privilege that I have so far is only something that works in that particular system. So now I must be looking for credential that works in the network. Now, Basically, once I have the sufficient access in the network, I could even create additional user accounts so that I would rather do the additional activities that I'm supposed to do from now on using that new credential. Now, once I have the credentials with me, the next thing that I want to do is to discover what kind of system it is, what kind of systems is around me, and what is the internal network looking like. Now, once I know a lot of information about the network, and keep in mind, there are many times that I might know better than the administrator at this point because I actually just discovered the systems. Administrator's inventory could be an old one. Now, once I know the systems and I'm able to figure out which is the crown jewel of that particular organization, I try to laterally move to that system. And to do that, I don't really need any additional tools most of the case because the operating system does come with a lot of tools to connect remotely. Now, once I have access to the crown jewel system, then the next thing I want to do is to collect the sensitive files or any information that I want from that particular system. Then I need to ensure that I'm able to talk to my command and control server. Most of the time, I use a port number which is very well ignored by the organizations, like a 443 or a port number 80 and things like that. Now, keep in mind, if I'm able to reach up till here without any detection, there is a lot of chances that I would be successful in completing my target. Now, what is the target? It's basically to exfiltrate that information towards the command and control system. That's exactly what I'm going to do from now. And if I'm able to do everything which I said just now, it's going to have a serious impact to your organization. So, what are we going to look forward in the next video? I'm going to talk about each of these different tactics. It's just a few mentioned here. I would go with each of the tactics that I as an attacker would do on the organization. And you as an administrator can look at these information and basically try to stop such attacks. All right, so I feel this video was good enough to get you an understanding how an attacker can attack your organization. And let's see you in the next one where we talk about the different tactics that the attacker uses. Thank you.